Before we break it down step by step, here's a real build, start to finish. In about 20 minutes, the blank folder becomes a working app, narrated as it happens. This is the whole method in real time.
Alrighty, welcome back. So once you've installed your Cloud desktop, all you need to do is to click on that particular icon on your laptop or on your desktop, and you double click it, and it's going to open this interface. On the left hand side, you will see the Cloud code and the Cloud chart. So on page, yeah. So once you click on that, make sure you click on the code aspect of it. And so once you click, it gives you a new for you to be able to open a new window. So once you open that new window, it creates this new section for Cloud Code. And this is what the interface looks like. You'll be able to start coding and start writing your prompts. So yes, let's go to what it looks like. You can see that it has my activity tracker. So it shows the days I've been busy, light blue, for days that I was a bit less busy, and busier days are those ones with deep colors. Now, you can see the chat window. If you're familiar with other conversational AI agents, you will know that there's always that place you put your charts. And this is where we're going to be starting to put in our conversation. Like I said, over time, you're going to be explaining what you want logically, and you're going to go through that journey to create your first ever software. Now, this is a prompt area, so you can either use the microphone or you can type. So sometimes or most times I prefer to use the microphone when I want to give large instructions and I don't want to go the route of typing it all out. You can see that I have the bypass permissions. Like I said, I'm not a pro, but I'm still learning. When you click on that, when you select bypass permission, it's just a way of saying you allow Claude to access every aspect of your local file on your machine, on your laptop. And again, this is Claude desktop, and it has limitation. You can use it on your mobile. Mobile can be used to just track what you're doing, but this is basically usable on a laptop or any desktop machine. So auto, plan, accept, edit, and manual. I go with bypass permission, so it can give it, free access to unrestricted access to every aspect of my local file and storage. Now, so I want us to go with a product definition. So I have this idea to be able to create a privacy conscious role aware personal AI work assistant. It starts with an idea, you ideate to like, okay, what do I want? I want a problem solved, and this is what I want it to do, and this is how I want that. I wanted to create this application, this software to help me solve this particular problem, or to, for it to look this way. So I have this idea. So this is my product definition: a privacy conscious, role aware personal assistant, AI work assistant that accepts authorized meeting transcripts, understands the user professional role, analyzes the meeting, and separates the discussion by responsibility. So I'm going to say this all heart to my AI Claude agent. So I have this issue that I have a lot of meetings I've been attending. Sometimes other teammates, other team are invited into that meeting to discuss how to solve that business problem. And I just want to know what I should be taking away as a data analyst or as a BI specialist to start working on, regardless of what's going on. I may have context of what other teams may do, but I want to take my action plan from the conversation. And again, I want it to have privacy at the heart of the software development. So I don't just want to keep recording stakeholders meetings all over and have privacy concerns. I want to be able to hide the identity, hide information peculiar to my company or my organization. However, I just want to take away my own notes, like a note taking, and I want my action plan. I want the AI to like detail or give me an insight into the action or I will be performing based on that meeting. So again, you can go to the same AI agents to fine tune your idea after telling the AI, which is perfect. We can see it raw as it comes. So you see me in action now. So once you open this window, you click on this microphone, and there you have it. It's activated with that sound. You can see it's picking up what I'm saying on my conversation. I'm going to come off it and delete it. And so once I activate that microphone, I must say what I want. A privacy conscious role aware personal AI work assistant that accepts authorized meeting transcripts, understands the user's professional role, analyzes the meeting, separates the discussion by responsibility, identifies what is assigned for relevance or relevance to the individual user, and converts that material into a guided work pipeline covering questions to answer, information and data required, stakeholder to liaise with, analysis steps, insights to generate, report content, visualization choices, wireframes, follow ups, progress tracking, and final closure. Feel free to say whatever your raw idea is. It doesn't need to be perfect. Sometimes you will notice that some of the ideas are like not well picked or well spelled. You can quickly change and modify. Sometimes the AI just uses its intelligence pick up what you're trying to insinuate or the message you're trying to pass across. Fantastic. So let's just move ahead to press enter. You can press this arrow and see what it comes up. So I will put it here. I want to develop a software that is previously, well, you can say that it's saying previously conscious. No, previously conscious. So this can alter what it says. So if I don't retype it to privacy or privacy in American English, it will not interpret my core idea properly. So you can just do this and read through, scan through, doesn't have to be perfect. And you just hit enter. So you can see that it's still thinking. You see it's pulsating here, blinking, it's still in process of trying to understand what you just typed. So this great meeting product idea, you can see is responding and coming up with its own understanding of it. And I can also, in the process, I noticed that I left out some of the specification for my um, products. I can type that in later. I'll say what I want. So the product does not need to record meetings, join calls, or manage company-wide invitations. Its starting input is an authorized transcripts, approved meetings, minutes of meetings, or other meeting text that the user is permitted to use. So in case you left out something, you can as well type it in. But you can see that it wants my request or my response on this. So how should the AI transcripts analysis run? This is the central privacy versus capacity or capability trade-off. So how do I want it to run? So let me just put this into other and let's see what we have. If you don't have any of your choices here, you can just type it in directly and you can hit enter. And you can see it has come up with another question. Who is the one person this volume one is built for? Shapes how it separates responsibilities and what pipeline it generates. So I want it to generate for a data analyst like me. Just click on it and you do your selection and wait for it to, generate and think about what your response is. Is you can come up with more questions as you go, but you can't see the back end. That's where the cooking is going on. And it's just processing what you said and coming up with a prototype. You can see that it has come out with another prompt to better understand your requirements. Giving input is always authorized text for text you paste in. How should the LLM analyze or analysis be called? Sorry. So how we want it to be called. You paste your own Cloud API key stored only in your browser local storage. I don't understand all these jargons, but um, you don't need to be a software developer just to use what it's trying to say. Or sometimes you can just choose the recommended response, to better understand a local use. So I can say, what do you recommend? Or I can just say your recommendation. So no Databricks server ever touches it. The transcript goes straight from your browser to Anthropic. Let me just say option one or your recommendation. And let's see what comes out of that. Because I do know the best response. Yeah, so let's see what it comes up with. You can also keep and you can see this attach button leads you to you adding a file if you have a file that you can add to that contains all your requirements. Maybe you've generated from other AI platforms and you can just attach it into and it processes it and comes up with something or some more clarification. So it keeps going on. I just wanted to come up with a prototype. Yes, you can see showing tokens almost done thinking and if you have other modification you just keep typing it or speaking it into the charts using your microphone and you keep modifying true and true. You just keep waiting, almost done thinking. So basically this product is just for me to be able to handle analyze meetings and pick up my role, my anything relevant to my role, to my team, and run with that. You can, like I said in the requirements, zero hardware, software. So it will have a path that you'll be able to set the role before you begin using it. So if you are a business analyst, you should just tweak it, administer it, uh, and define that app, like customizing it to your role. So it's going to work with BA, a business analyst. And so once you upload the transcripts of meeting, I want it to be uploaded because I don't want it to keep recording people's voices. So minutes of meetings that I shared and I've, made anonymized it. Like I said, it's just what is peculiar to me. I don't need to know the names of people and I want to know my action plan and from there pick and work on it. So you can see it's um working on what I've asked it to do. I just want to see the output from this particular conversation before we end this meeting. So you can have several product ideas and you can just have that conversation, one-to-one conversation with your AI agent and it comes up with your software. And that's how we've been able to go through all the software that has been developed under this brand. And yes, coming to games as well, you can do this with games. Just stay connected with us. You would see the things we've done with Cloud AI. as per software development. Because is an initial requirement, it can take some more time to like keep creating for it to come up with that initial look. You see HTML and CSS created the index HTML, just giving you like an update of what is doing in the background. Yeah. Yeah, you can see that it's bringing out some screenshots. Sometimes it gives it a name, and you will have to have that conversation to be able to decide the name of the app. Because sometimes the name might have been taken or be used by some other brands and some other people. You may want to check the availability of that particular name. So sometimes you have a brand name in mind, you can just correct all those. But these are the screenshots of what the app may look like. And you can also, just by having mere conversation, modify the look, the interface, how you want the button to appear, the design structure, the functionalities you want. And this is what the front end is. So what happened behind are just all this you see. It's telling you that it's like cooking it up, but yeah. So no meetings here. It's if it's not what you want. These are just screenshots. You can't, touch this yet. But apparently it's still working on it. It's been 10 minutes. And yeah. Once it stop pulsating, stop flashing, you will know that it has come to the end of that particular section. Then you continue the conversation afterwards. You can see it's speeding up the lines of code. This like signifies it's almost rounding it off. And it's trying to recap. You can see that stopped. Cool. And this is what we have as our software. You can see that it has our mobile size, looking like it's designed for a phone. You can definitely make it compatible for both desktop view and mobile view. The address you see here is the local address you can that it is assigned to it. So this is where you can test and run it as if your is a web app that you're viewing. Web app is when you app that you can view on your browser. So now, because it's not yet on the internet, it's not hosted on the internet, which if you follow the course, you will know how to deploy to the internet and register an IP address and a domain for it. But this is like the local server where it's running this app. So now this is what it has come up with, a true line as the name of the app, the setting, and you can see that it's responding to my clicks and the new meeting. So new meeting is for now is put in Cloud API key, put it there, name of the meeting, title, responsibility, focus areas, and tool. I'm going to save this and test the key. And once I've done that, I will see it there. I can see if it's review, my name of the person, my cause, and stuff like that. Information, data required, analysis step for that meeting. And so, like my personal meeting assistance and action plan to view. So it is just like a skeletal view of what her app is. This is an app, although not ready, but just from a mere conversation, expressing my thoughts to AI, it brought it out. It coded it for me. No complaints. Asked for clarification. I go through it. I test it using my local web browser. I can run this on my browser, but it's locally on my machine. And I test the functionality, see what's going on, and say, okay, I want this tweaked. I want that tweaked. I can decide to also upload a document to further explain the requirements, and it reviews it and keeps rebuilding it. I hope you find this insightful. Let's continue with the course. Thank you.
That's a real app. built from nothing in one sitting. Nothing you just saw is beyond you. In the lessons that follow, we slow right down and break every step apart, so you can do the same.